Welcome to this tutorial about Hugging Face Datasets. Today, we'll explore what these datasets are, how to use them effectively, and how to create your own. If you've been wondering about efficient ways to manage and share datasets for machine learning projects, you'll find that Hugging Face Datasets offer an excellent solution. Let's start with understanding what makes these datasets special. They're structured data collections organized in a SQL-like way, which means the data is arranged in a clear table-like format. One interesting feature is that you can interact with these datasets directly on the Hugging Face website using SQL queries. However, most people use these datasets in machine learning applications, particularly with Python. To begin exploring Hugging Face datasets, you can visit the Hugging Face website and navigate to the Dataset section. Here, you'll find a comprehensive list of available datasets. When you look at each dataset's overview, you can see important information such as when it was last updated, how many records it contains, and its popularity measured by the number of downloads and likes it has received. When you open a specific dataset, you'll notice that good quality datasets include two important components. First, they have structured metadata, which provides essential information about the dataset. Second, they have what's called a dataset card, which is similar to a README file. This card contains detailed information about the dataset, including statistics about the data and licensing information. For example, let's look at a dataset that contains information about issues and pull requests from open-source GitHub repositories. This dataset gives us fascinating insights into how people contribute to open-source projects. One helpful feature for beginners is the SQL Console on the Datasets page. This tool allows you to explore the data quickly. For instance, in our example dataset, we can use SQL to examine how many pull requests are associated with different types of licenses. This analysis reveals that most of the pull requests are made to repositories that use the MIT license, followed by those using the Apache 2.0 license. While the SQL console is useful for quick exploration, you'll often want to analyze the data more deeply or use it in your machine learning projects. For this, you'll need to work with the dataset in a development environment, such as a Jupyter Notebook or an IDE. In this tutorial, we'll use the Google Cloud Shell Editor, but you can follow along using any IDE or notebook environment you prefer. To get started working with Hugging Face datasets in Python, you'll need to use a special library called Datasets. You can find this library on PyPy, or Python Package Index, where it's listed as an official Hugging Face project. The library comes with clear installation instructions and usage examples. The most important and commonly used function in this library is called load dataset. The beauty of working with Hugging Face datasets is how simple it is to get started. All you need is the load dataset function to begin working with any dataset. When you use this function, it automatically handles several steps for you. It downloads the dataset's metadata, retrieves the actual dataset, which is stored in a special format called Parquet, and loads the training split of the data. After downloading a dataset, you can easily examine its contents. When you print out the dataset information, you'll see details about its features, the different types of data it contains, and the number of rows in the dataset. For example, if you're working with our GitHub repository dataset, you can print out the license information for each repository. Now let's talk about how you can create and publish your own dataset on Hugging Face. For this example, we'll create a simple but practical dataset containing product reviews. Each review will have two parts: the text of the review itself and a label that indicates the sentiment, whether the review is positive or negative. This kind of dataset could be valuable for training a custom sentiment analysis system. To create and publish a dataset, you'll need to use several components from the dataset library, including dataset, features, and value classes. You'll also need the Hugging Face Hub module and Pandas, a popular data analysis library in Python. With these tools, you can organize your data, define its structure, and prepare it for publishing. One important thing to note is that when you publish a dataset to Hugging Face, the system uses a Git-based approach. This means that every change to your dataset is tracked, similar to how code changes are tracked in software development. This feature is particularly useful because it allows you to maintain a history of how your dataset evolves over time. Before publishing your dataset, you'll need to authenticate with Hugging Face using an API token. You can get this token from the Access Tokens page on the Hugging Face website. Once you have your token, you can publish your dataset and make it either public or private. When you publish your dataset to Hugging Face, there's one crucial element that shouldn't be overlooked: the dataset's metadata and documentation. Every dataset on Hugging Face follows a standard structure. Inside your dataset repository, you'll find a data folder that contains your actual data files in Parquet format and a README file that serves as your dataset card. The dataset card is especially important because it helps others understand and use your dataset effectively. When editing this card, you'll want to include several key sections. At minimum, you should provide a clear title and sections covering installation instructions, usage examples, and licensing information. While you can start with a basic README, it's good practice to fill it out with detailed information about your dataset over time. One helpful aspect of the Hugging Face platform is that you can edit your dataset card directly through the website interface. The platform provides a simple editor that allows you to update the README file. Since the system is Git-based, every change you make to the documentation is tracked and preserved in the dataset's history. Once your dataset is published and documented, it becomes incredibly versatile. You can integrate it into various types of systems and workflows. For example, you might use it in AI pipelines running in Kubeflow, web applications that need access to structured data, machine learning training systems, and many other applications. If you'd like to support the channel, consider starting a free trial of our new design tool, which is linked in the description, and let us know what you think. We'll include all the code and diagram files in the description as well. Thank you very much for watching to the end, and please enjoy responsibly.